First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play that time for the Colts. 57 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
That's nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Steps away to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sherman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. A screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right, and I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
The quarterback.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Colin Johnson. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will make it into the end zone.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5-yard pickup on the play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The 40, 30, 20.
I'm the best in the game.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Rosas now to kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked...
There he goes left side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
And out across midfield down to the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The toss here completed to Pittman.
Oh, my
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. The 30, past the 20. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Josh Jacobs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. But it'll be second down from the 21. It's 2nd and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
The ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
11 on the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Gerald McCoy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Looking for Campbell downfield. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
On second down, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. They run with Taylor. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. To the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and possession will switch hands. First and 10.
First down and 10. At their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll fight.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now a give right side. It's Hines, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. Westbrook now on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Colin Johnson with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And his guys are going to take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even insult the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. One incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, 79 yards. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead.
27.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught inside the 20.
One play at a time. Here we go.
He will take this one in for a touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into your podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. The carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And a Colts 1st down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
tackle made at the...
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
First throw now for the backup Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That good for 22 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Back now in Austin. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's see what you got.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Don't get nervous. But Mike can do one.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. On play action, they'll throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to take the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 42. Here's Taylor. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, Hines. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
First down, Colts.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
First down.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That one goes for 24 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
But I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They run once more with Taylor. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor, and he takes it in for a Colts score.
Touchdown,
Jonathan Taylor with time running out, and the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. They'll let Taylor try and run. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. His guys take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
And incomplete here. So that will leave him with 16 on the clock. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now they get the timeout.
He's tackled.
It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And he missed it. He missed it right. It's no good. good. And that's going to cost him the football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's just their third loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drip. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail, cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack.